Here is the area under consideration. You can see right now the pool, lots of deck all surrounding it, yoga room, pool room, hot tub, deck that we actually use up here, playroom, kitchen. Here's a closer version of that area, and you can see that it's quite a lot of square footage to actually rewood. So the goals of this project with the latest plan are, number one, use less wood. Blend into the background so when you look out you don't see wood. Number two, reconnect the house to nature. Right now there's barriers all around the edge that separate this area from the beautiful nature all around it. So we'd like to rewild. And the third goal is to save money. We really have to simplify, use less wood. A fourth goal could be fireproofing. You're not actually allowed to have dense trees and bush around your property. You can see here how cut off this part of the land is from that part of the land. The house is completely separate. See right here that no matter which way you look, the backyard is dominated by decking and is completely separate from the landscape around it. Big ideas here. Idea number one, remove as much decking as possible. Easier said than done, but we can remove about half of this side and on an angle here before there's a bunch of pipes under here. This area is harder to remove because there's a rock wall that meets up here, and so there would be a gap if we removed it. This area is also hard to remove, although I feel we can dial this back a good 4 boards. Innovation number two, create some kind of a new pathway that opens this land and the house and the front door up to nature. Currently out the kitchen and the door, all you see is deck, and railings. In this way, you'd remove the railings by making it glass, lower the whole deck, make stairs and a new entrance off the parking lot. So when you'd enter, you'd see this beautiful planted garden that's not overgrown and have a nice way up here, and we'd have to build some kind of step system here, which unfortunately won't save wood. Small savings here by opening this up and creating stairs to get down into the garden, but we'd probably only be able to cut that much. The hot tub is on a cement pad, so it can't be moved. So those are really the 3 big ideas: is less deck along here and here. Make this green and much more accessible, so when you're looking from the deck or from the house, you see a connected landscape rather than this high up separate pool area and deck, and then the far off nature. We open up the view corridors, which means we get rid of a lot of the trees that are overgrown in here and make it nice, tidy, and small. We have this accessible area which opens up the view both from down up as well as from up to down and connects these 2 zones much better, as does the glass railing here. And then we would have a ton of new wood to replace, sadly, a little bit less here. But, you know, this would be cut back from how deep that is here. That would be kind of cut along here, with the entranceway also cutting this amount of deck out somehow. A little bit tricky from an engineering perspective because the house is up so high, so the deck would be only like to there, and then we would have all this deck as well, a little bit less here. Other idea, if we want to save money, is Bob and I rebuilt this with pressure treated wood. You could, in theory, it's over the poop cap of our septic system. You could keep that, it's actually in pretty good shape, and only have to do the wood, the new Trex here, 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 here. It's still a lot of Trex. I really wish we could get rid of more. So having this area here become a nice walkway into the house, getting rid of all that and opening it all up. No more tree, and a nice entryway up. Don't even have to change that much. It's a fairly easy grade, and then some stairs. With this area all open to seeing gardens, and that railing line being much more simple and thin, either wire or glass on its own, and all that brush all along here being gone, then you actually connect this land together more. So the flow of the trees and the gorgeous rocks and moss out there kind of enters the garden rather than being these 2 separate zones. That's the idea.